Hello, happy Christmas. My name's Tim, if we've not met before, and 2022 is almost upon us. The new year is fast approaching. I don't know about you, but for me, this little window between Christmas and New Year is a great time to pause and reflect, to think about the year that's just been, and to look ahead to the year to come. And I think that might be a helpful thing for you too, to take some time to pause and reflect. So I'm just going to share a thought with us now. Hopefully, will help us make the most of this space between one year and the next. Now, you might be wondering where we are. We're sat right now in my garage, which is the hub of my gardening activity. A year or so ago, my wife and I moved house, and having a good garden for me to do some gardening in was really important. My granddad was a gardener. He grew fruit and veg for a living, and a picture of me, I think you call this helping, should appear on the screen about now. And Laura, my wife's family, are farmers, and so working the land is kind of in our family, and in some small way we wanted to carry that on in our lives too. So I dug some veg beds in our garden, planted some seeds, and things grew. And I've just been amazed at what seems to me a complete mystery, and I think probably to everyone is a complete wonder, that when you put a seed in the ground, it just grows. I mean, yes, there's some soil and some sunlight needed, but you put a seed in the ground and it grows. And as I pause between this year and the next year, I'm asking myself two questions this year, and I wonder if they're helpful for you too. The first question is, what is God sowing in my life? And the second question is, what is God growing in my life? Jesus lived surrounded by the language of agriculture and farming, and this is reflected in his language. He talks about sheep and seeds and fields and weeds and things growing all the time when he talks about his mission or about God. And in one part of the New Testament, when in the Gospel of Matthew, one of the accounts of Jesus' life, Jesus says this: "The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and planted in his field. Though it is the smallest of all seeds, yet when it grows, it is the largest of garden plants and becomes a tree, so that the birds come and perch in its branches." The kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God, the place where God is king, the place where the future reality of heaven is breaking into our present, starts small and then it grows and it grows. The things of God start small and then they grow. And I don't know where you are right now. You might be feeling the joy of this season, or you might be feeling the exhaustion of a couple of really tough years. Passion for God might be burning within you, or maybe you're apathetic about church right now, or maybe you're unsure that God even exists. But this is true, that the kingdom of God is growing. God is sowing seeds and he is tending what he has planted. And so, pause, take a moment. What is God sowing in your life? And what is God growing in your life? Now, you might be someone who sets goals and resolutions. I know that I am. But I wonder what it would look like this year for us to set goals and resolutions which create the conditions which encourage the kind of growth that God would have for us, that act like soil and water for a seed and nourish what it is that God is sowing and what it is that God is growing. Really quickly, two ideas. First one, read the Bible. If you want to know what God's doing, the best place to start is with what God is saying. There's a couple of links below this. One is to a web page with some helpful resources. Another is a place to sign up and get involved with reading the Bible in community with other people. We're going to be reading through the book of Matthew, one of the accounts of Jesus' life, at the start of this next year. If you want to get involved with that, you can sign up below. And the second thing is to plug into community. There's many ways to get involved in community, but small groups are a brilliant way. There's communities centred around nurturing what it is that God is sowing and what he's growing. And the sign up is in just a couple of weeks' time, so really, really do sign up when the moment comes. But I've spoken for long enough now. That's it. Two questions and two ideas for the new year. What is God sowing? What is he growing? How could you position yourself for God's sowing and growing in the year to come. That's it. Happy Christmas and a Happy New Year, and hopefully see you sometime soon. Bye bye.